I'm about to show you my favourite overtaking move. This move embodies everything that makes racing amazing. Takes supreme confidence in yourself and perfect timing to pull off, and can only be used on the smartest opponents that know how to put up a fight. It relies on being a surprise, so you'll only get one shot, but it's so effective that one is all you'll probably need. This is only a short video, so this is a short plug. Get 5% off all GT Omega using the code DannyLee. So here it is then, watch it and I'll deconstruct afterwards. Here it is again in chase cam, and oh, by the way, this blue car is not just a randomer with the same livery as me, but it's actually Dean Powell, longtime teammate and racing punchbag. And here he does what anybody would do. He sticks to a defensive line all the way down the straight to discourage an overtake, but still we slice to the inside, take the corner from him with no time for him to react at all. Let's look a little closer at the craft then. At Spa, this exact scenario is really common. I've got a good run on Dean coming onto a long Kemmel straight, and he knows it. So he takes a very defensive line to prevent me from drawing alongside him on the right hand side, which would give me the inside line for the next corner and therefore a better chance of passing. By positioning his car like this, he's telling me that I'd better go on the left hand side instead and settle for the outside line for the next corner. At this stage, he has laid down the terms of this fight, and he'll be watching me to see what I do, and his guard will be up. So I play along. I move my car over to the left hand side of his, as if I'm intending to commit to the outside line like he wants me to. At this point, his defensive challenge looks like it's worked, and I've been put off from claiming the right hand line. Because of this, Dean's guard will come down again, and he'll be thinking that all he has to do is stick to the middle of a road and get ready for the upcoming braking zone, trying not to make a mistake. Meanwhile though, look closely and you'll see that although I am positioning myself over to the left like Dean wanted, I am lifting the throttle, deliberately stopping my car from drawing alongside despite having a slight speed advantage. Why? Well, if my car draws alongside Dean's even just a little bit, I am essentially locking myself into the left hand line. I need to keep my nose clear of Dean's car so I can swipe over to the right further down the road. And here we are, almost time to strike. Because I've given the impression that I'm staying left, Dean's relaxed a bit and he's slightly drifted further into the middle of the track in order to give himself a better line for the upcoming turn, and rightly so. But what this also means is that there is now more empty space on Dean's right hand side, and that's the space I'll be looking to jump into when I pull the trigger. Having a clear view of the brake boards up ahead helps me pick the moment, but I still have to leave it to instinct to guess exactly when Dean is going to hit the brakes. If I go too early, it won't have as strong an effect, and if I go too late, I'm going to smash into him, take us both out and look like a fool. I have to be very confident in myself that I'll hit the bullseye, but I also have to be confident that Dean has got enough awareness to see the move being made, so it has the intended effect of shock and surprise. So I hold my breath and pick my moment. Yes, awesome. In the space of a second, I switched from left to right and drove deep into the brakes, drawing alongside Dean on the inside without killing him. In the space of that same second, he's gone from just needing to focus on his braking point to focusing on his braking point, focusing on me, realising I've now got a legitimate claim to the inside of a corner we're about to hit and no time to deal with any of it. It's a massive distraction, and when you're up against people who can drive and know how to defend, your best weapon against them is their own humanity, i.e. surprise them. And with that, the overtake was sealed up and done, and I was just fizzing with satisfaction at cracking the defence. I love this move. And here's how it looked downrange. Dean went super defensive to protect the inside line, and my positioning gave all the signs that this was solid enough. I was deterred, and he didn't have to worry about a challenge in the braking zone until I pulled the Uno reverse card on him at the last chance. Here's how it played out from Dean's point of view, with my car all the way over to the left looking like I'm not going to attack, His eyes would be on the braking markers. Then, at the moment he's hitting the brakes, in his rear view are making a sudden move, and his attention is now split between braking, reacting, and just trying to stay in control. If someone did this to me, I would be exactly the same. I'd practically hand the position to him just out of sheer shock. Here's an example of me doing this in the wild. We've got a good run on the Porsche in front and we move left, but rather than drawing alongside we lift the throttle a little bit, wait for the right moment to strike and then dive to the inside and catch him under braking. He has no time to react and the corner's ours. Needless to say then, this move is risky and relies on not only you being skilled, but your opponent as well. If they don't notice you're there, you're both out, so you're best off saving this one for targets you have some previous history with and who you know have some skill about them. It's the fact that they've got enough wit about them to know they've just been ambushed that makes it work. If you mess up on your first attempt, they ain't gonna fall for it the second time, so you've got to make it count too. This move is one of my favourites because it can only succeed because of a human element inside each virtual race car, shocking your opponent into a brief stutter of defencelessness, like you've just slapped them in the face with a fish. It's evil and I love it. I hope this has been thrilling. Enjoy yourselves.